Good morning. A common question, what shall you address me as? Very simple answer, Lina, L-I-N-A. Nothing else, please. Why not? Okay, let me give you an example. Some people still call me Linda, and some people still call me Mommy. And this is extreme. Now, I mentioned my name many times, yet it's Linda, because people want to see it as Linda, because they don't know any Linas, yet they know many Lindas, so it sticks to the memory better. So it's Linda. And what about Mommy? Mommy is a projection of a certain fantasy. Do I want a son who's twice my age? And if I wanted to be called Mommy, I'd probably give birth to a baby who would call me Mommy, Mommy, Mommy Lina, right? And personally, I'm very far away from the fantasy of mommy and son, the diaper sort of scenario. Let's not judge it. This is normal, just like the M and S scenario. Less common, but normal, so we're not going to judge it. Yet we can't relate to it. To you, it might seem ridiculous, right? Why would some people enjoy it? And to other people, it might seem ridiculous looking at you. Why would he call her M or Q or D, right? I am against projecting your own fantasies onto other people simply because that is ignoring who the other person is. If you choose to see a girl as a Juliet because you just went to watch Romeo and Juliet movie and you really like the actress and you like how she acts and she's so romantic, and you see this girl and I'm going to call you Juliet. And she said, why are you calling me Juliet? My name is Alice. But I like Juliet in the movie, so I'm going to call you Juliet. Please allow me. Is that going to make Alice happy? No, it's not going to make Alice happy. So why would that make Lina happy to be called an M of, again, or a Mommy, or Linda, or anything else? And believe me, there are many names that people come up with. It all depends on what is inside you and what you want to see in front of you. And the same with women. Some women want to see a son in a man, some women want to see a daddy, some women want to see a brother, a rival, a friend, and it's all very different. Whatever is inside us in that manner has to stay inside us and be resolved inside us. Whatever the other person is to be taken seriously and without any filters, without projections of what is inside yourself. Of course, we have been through the F and the S and whatever else, all the letters that you would add to your number, remember? And I said, well, you can see me as a mommy, or you can see me as a daughter, or you can see me as a strict commander-in-chief, whatever. It is inside you. Now we are upgrading ourselves and thinking, okay, whatever I wanted to see this person as has to stay there. It's gone. It's the first grade that we have all passed, hopefully now. And if you're still in the first grade, you have to catch up, right? So that is something to let go of, and upgrade yourself to the level of, this is another person. I'm not going to classify them as a German or as a Caucasian, as a black, as a young, as an old, as a selfish, as a altruistic, as whatever. I'm not going to classify them. I'm going to sit here like a big dish receiver and receive whatever they try to tell me, whatever they try to tell me with their body language, with their words, with their attitude. And that is exactly what they're going to be to me. Whatever they say they are. And it is acting according to nature, acting according to the Buddhist principle of being a clean mirror, reflecting exactly what is there. The mirror which does not have any dust on it. The dust of projections, the dust of beliefs, the dust of prejudice, the dust of stereotypes. This is why we've talked about identity and say, well, okay, let's ask the person where they're from and what they do. So if they are, let's say, a Russian rocket scientist, they must be a genius. And okay, they might be educated, but if they're not genius enough to stop talking about themselves and make other people feel bored and like they don't want to be in their company, they're not that much of a genius, right? Okay, so you do understand the idea of not projecting whatever is inside you onto another person because you've had a certain experience, you've seen something, you've heard something that you can identify with that person for some reason or another. Maybe because they wear black stockings, maybe because they have long hair or whatever else. Maybe because they're romantic. Doesn't mean that they're called a Juliet, right? We don't have to call them Juliets. We don't have to call them M's or Mummies or Lindas. And from this topic, we are moving on to the email topic. Now, there's a lot of a reasonable, less than before, but there's a reasonable amount of emails coming in. And some are long, and yet you get a short reply with a task. Count the number of I's in your email and use or a reference to another person in terms of another person. You come back with an answer of a ratio of 80-20 or 90-10. As in, the email overall, if you just skim through it kind of with your eyes, you look at it, you see the big shining I everywhere. I, me, and mine. You think, okay, we have been over this over and over again, yet the person can't take the time to watch the videos, yet they can take the time to write a long email with the I's and my's. What does that mean? That means that they don't really listen, or that they want attention desperately, or that they want to get something that they want without giving first. And in this case, giving is investing time. So if you have met a person and they have videos, lots of videos, watch at least some of them so you get an idea of what the teaching and what the training is about. And maybe pick something from the training that will change the content of your email. And I'm sure it would if you listened to the previous lectures. A person who talks about themselves thinks about themselves. A person who thinks about themselves is not really loved by other people. And that's a fact of life. You can think, yeah, but some people love me. Like my wife loves me, my mother loves me, and so on. My co-workers love me. Okay, they do. Now imagine how much more they would love you if you would be interested in them a little bit more. And how many more people would love you if you were interested in those other people as well. And not just saying, hi, how are you, and not listening to the answer, sort of to shake the air around the person. Hi, how are you? Yeah, good, thank you. Did you say something? Good. Yeah. Well, you start to notice something about the person. You show them your attention and so on. Again, we have been through this, right? Would you be interested in the person who is only interested in themselves? And the answer is obvious here. No. And we know many people who are like that. And these many people ask questions. Why doesn't anybody understand me? Why doesn't anybody want to give to me? Like love or whatever it is. Why doesn't anybody care? Why doesn't anybody live with me? Why does anybody spank me or whatever? As simple as the answer is, it's not that obvious to that person. Why? Because they are self-absorbed. Okay. What do you think is worth hearing for you? Hearing from Lena, hearing from somebody else. What was on the news in Thailand? It's probably not worth hearing for you. What happened yesterday with my friend? That's not worth hearing for you. How many mosquitoes I killed this morning? Is that worth hearing for you? No. Then what is worth hearing? Something that will be of interest to you. Okay. your health. So how's your sore throat? That is worth hearing, right? Or how did you feel after your run yesterday? Did you go for a run? That is worth hearing. That provokes some sort of conversation that is interesting to you. Because your hamstrings were hurting and so on. So you want to talk about it, right? But why do some people not know this simple truth that somebody in another country with a totally different life, who has never met me, would be interested in what my friend had to say yesterday, what I did, or how many mosquitoes bit me? Well, because they're trying to teach me something, maybe on the internet. Yes, I'm trying to teach you something. Who do you think I am doing this for? Who do you think I'm making you eat a fruit a day for? Who do you think I'm making you exercise for? Why do I tell you to solve certain conflicts in your souls? Say old conflicts with your parents, maybe conflicts with your partners. Who am I doing this for? Now, half of you will say, well, you're doing it for us. And half of you will say, you like to control people, so you're doing it for yourself. The first half, who said, you are doing it for us, is right. The second half still has to learn. If I was doing it for myself, it wouldn't really make sense. Why? Because I have never met you. It's true. And I do not directly benefit from you eating an apple a day, you not having high blood pressure, you losing 10 kilos. I've never met you, I've never seen you. And most likely will never see you in my life. So I do not directly benefit. This is not serving me, this is serving yourself. And we have talked about self-service. Self-service is fine. If you're not ready to serve other people, self-service is fine. What is serving Lena? Something that I directly benefit from. Okay. But you're far away and you don't really know me and you never met me. There aren't many ways to serve a person in. But let's say with the rule 1 apple a day. If you eat an apple a day, that benefits you. It's not serving me, it's serving yourself. If you contact the fruit store here and get a kilo of apples delivered to my house a week, like once a week, that is serving me because I will be eating an apple. That is very different. Now, if you run for an hour and tell me all about it in an email that long, how it felt, how you did it, what muscle you pulled and so on, that is serving yourself. If you send me running shorts, that is serving me. Or a video on how to run properly with some, I don't know. It doesn't have to be material, but something of interest, right? And of interest, there's a very narrow area of what is of interest to each person. You think, okay, Lena does yoga, so she would like to hear what sort of yoga classes we run in our town. No, I am interested in yoga, but in yoga that I do here on Samui, not in some yoga which is done somewhere else. And by giving you this example, I'm also saying that everybody else is exactly the same. That we are interested in whatever is around us and whatever benefits us directly. More or less. Why? Because we have to live. We have to put on our oxygen mask first, so that we can breathe, so that we are happy. And only if we are happy we can advise and teach and lecture other people on how to be happy, right? If that does not happen, then hey. So we've talked about service and serving yourself, or serving another person. You see, if your wife is saying, well, you should lose weight, and you lost a kilo, and say, hey wife, I did this for you, now where's my reward? You did it for yourself, you didn't do it for her. You should actually reward for giving you advice on how to lose weight. Yet many people write that's not a good idea. Write me a letter saying that I did this and I did this and I did this. Now, can I get a request video for what I did? And everything that you did for yourself. Yet somehow you assume that you're doing it for me. And that is not right. I'm telling you what to do to make you grow. To make you understand that you should give to your teacher as well. That you should make your teacher happy if you learn something. If you do manage to learn something. If you don't manage to learn anything, then there is no point in giving to anybody. Then you just need to wait until you're ready, right? Like with the website. A month ago, the website was ready. One of you designed the website. Excellent website, which I feel really excited about. Now, what are we waiting for? Launch the website, make it fun. It's the hosting. This isn't a website for me. This is a website for everybody. And I'm not working, so why should I pay for the website from my own pocket? Because it's my website. Okay, it's not something to make money from. It's something to help other people. So I asked the web designer to write on the forum donations for the hosting. And we still haven't got enough. We still haven't got enough because people think, okay, whatever I can take, whatever that is entertainment or anything else, I take. And not think about the second stage. And whatever I do, like run or smile at a woman on a train or this and this, that is for her. I'm doing it for her, and she should be happy that I did it. That was a long drilling, so I don't remember what I was talking about. I think it was like, whatever you did. If it was like went for a run or ate an apple or made vegetable juice, you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for yourself. And the same thing here. I do yoga every morning. I make the green juice for Lena, not for you, not for anybody else. So please do not mistake service for service, which is self-service versus serving another person. And if your mom is asking you, do your homework, and you did your homework, like, Mom, I did my homework for you. Make sense? Makes sense. I want to feel your influence, your service in my life, yet I feel the service of only very few people in my life, like real service, which is like banging the head against the wall, because it's like boom, boom, boom. I went for a run. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm truly happy. I don't know who you are, where you're from, but you went for a run, so why should I be happy? And this sounds cynical. This is what I teach you. And in a way, I am happy, but that is in a very altruistic, serving other people way. And if there's a woman and you want to serve a woman, if you're an S-type that is inside you, then you better serve the woman starting today. Not by writing to her what you have done. You don't need to do this report. You're doing it for yourself and you should be happy. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.